The initial program was in 1997, and we went to England, to Harlexton College, where the British Study Abroad program has gone every year since then. And we went there because I was there as a student in 1972, and when I wanted to start a study abroad program here, it was the logical place for me, and Evansville was open to the opportunity for their facilities to be used at Harlexton in the summer.
It's a fabulous place. It's this kind of crazy 19th century manor house. Crazy in the sense that it's an over-the-top design, and it all sorts of things that look a little Harry Potter-like. It's where we hold our classes when we are in the British program, and it's a place that I think students fall in love with, and I think the faculty too.
So we went to England that first year with only 10 students, and it was a real sales job on my part to make it go. Barbara Bardis was supportive of the idea, but she said, you know, I want you to have a minimum of 10 students, and we really had to look hard for those 10 students, but we got them. Marlene Miner was my co-leader. I taught a Shakespeare course. She taught a course on the Bronte sisters. So in that program, we had field trips that were relevant to what we were teaching. We went to Stratford for Shakespeare play. For her course, we went to Yorkshire and the Bronte's home in Haworth.
In 2004, my department colleague, Rhonda Pettit, came to me and said that she and John McNay were planning a study abroad for 2005 on World War I, and would I be interested? I was really excited about that. I had done study abroad as a college student and loved to travel, and so that seemed like a fantastic opportunity.
Every year we're sort of bringing new people in. We've attempted to bring new faculty in as often as we can.
We've had faculty from the English department, from biology, from foreign languages, history, math, art and visual communication, electronic media.
After the crash, the economic downturn of 2008 and 9, there was a real change, and we all saw it in students' ability to afford it. There was no question about it, and in fact the program got canceled one year for lack of enrollment. Students couldn't afford it. I believe that Katie Short-Thompson's financial support has been essential. When she injected that money into the program, suddenly the numbers were there again.
Study abroad funds and scholarships are crucial for the programs to keep going. My students, at least 50% of them would have not been able to participate without those funds and scholarships.
The distinction between being a tourist and being a study abroad student is one that you have to be really mindful about. And I think for me, one of the keys is preparation ahead of time.
You're learning that material in the context of the culture where it was created, and what can you gain from that. And so the experience goes far beyond the classroom experience. It goes to everything that you do and see, and people that you meet.
I looked around and I see tears. I see huggings and people getting emotional. And this is the moment when I thought, oh my goodness, these are kids that have never left their homes before.
It is true that most of our students have done very little traveling, and many of our participants in the program had never even left Ohio.
Some of the students were a little nervous, I think, and that's normal. In fact, that's a healthy thing, I think, and it allows you to sort of prepare them a little bit, talk about some of the anxieties.
I had never traveled outside of the country before, and I was more comfortable with the idea of traveling with a group with an experienced professor for the first time, because it's a little scary going out of your comfort zone so far like that. Now that I have the travel bug, I want to see everything, really. I want to get a gift to myself and hopefully backpack through Europe and see a bunch of different countries and experience a bunch of different things.
Definitely confidence was something that improved on every level for every student. I think that I saw it the most when within the first week students started thinking more in French rather than feeling like they had to translate, feeling like they belonged there, appreciating things in a way that they wouldn't necessarily if they hadn't traveled to the area before.
Back in 2014, I led a program with Eric Anderson, a British Study Abroad program, and we had a student on that program who I think had a really transformative experience, and it was exciting to watch.
I never thought that I would become an international affairs major. I think the reason for that is I always thought that traveling and seeing places beyond my hometown was outside of my reach. Since studying abroad, I've got the opportunity to work at the State Department for a summer on the Paris Agreement. I got the opportunity to study abroad again in Ghana for a whole semester this time while doing research for a senior thesis, and I got awarded the Taft Undergraduate Research Award for it.
You can observe the change, and it's really rewarding as a leader to just see people blossom. They're just much more confident. They just carry themselves differently. There's no question about it.
The future of study abroad at UC Blue Ash is really bright. Over the last several years, we've had leadership that has been really invested in study abroad, has helped to find ways to make it really manageable for students and affordable for students. We've had a real increase in scholarship and grant money, both through our college and through our international office down in Clifton, UC International. As more students are involved in study abroad, they talk about it. They come back and they tell other students about it. And when we go to orientations, it's not unusual at all to have students who are just coming into our college talk about how one of the reasons they're here is because they really want to participate in study abroad.